Global Sports Streaming presenting the best in boxing. We're at the Big Punch Arena here in Tijuana, Baja California. And we're going to get right off the bat. We'll go to Kevin Torres. Pablo Flores is coming away into the ring. We got our next fighter is going to be Carlos Rangel taking on Brandon Cruz. This is Carlos Rangel from Ensenada, Baja California. Carlos Rangel 2-1. He is a 22-year-old, 30 amateur fights. He was talking about Brandon Cruz. Said Brandon Cruz likes to fight from a distance. So it's going to be up to me to get inside to fight from that mid-distance area. And this is Brandon Cruz from Chula Vista, California. He is undefeated. He is 5-0. As he makes his way into the ring here. 21 years of age.
And as you mentioned, Benny, Carlos Rangel in the fighter meeting said that he needs to get inside on Brandon Cruz. But we have seen Brandon Cruz here on Best in Boxing before, and we know that's not going to be an easy task because of Brandon Cruz's punching power.
Let's go to Pablo Flores for the official introduction.
Damas y caballeros, Borizteca Boxing Promotions y BIB, the Best in Boxing, presenta este encuentro pactado a 6 rounds en la división de peso super pluma. 6 rounds of boxing in the super featherweight division. Your 3 judges scoring this bout in ringside. Sus 3 jueces: Carlos de la Rocha, Iván Velasco y Jesús González. And your referee in charge of the action, su referee, el profesor Fernando Renteria. Introducing the fighter standing in the blue corner, wearing blue trunks with silver trim. He officially weighs in at 130 pounds. Presentando ustedes en la esquina azul, vistiendo pantaloncillo color azul con plata, con un peso de 130 libras. He stands with a record of 2 victories against 1 defeat. Cuenta con un récord de 2 victorias por 1 derrota. Directamente del puerto de Ensenada, Baja California, Carlos Chiquis Rangel. And his opponent across the ring, standing in the red corner, wearing red and gold. He officially weighs in at 130 pounds. Y su rival en la esquina roja, vistiendo pantaloncillo color rojo con oro, con un peso de 130 libras. He stands with an undefeated record of 5 victories against no losses, and 3 of his victories coming by the fast way of knockout. Presenta un récord de 5 victorias, 0 derrotas, y 3 de esas victorias por la vía del knockout. Representing Skyline, California, USA. Too smooth, Brandon Cruz. And here is with the final instructions. Para dar las indicaciones finales, el profesor Fernando Rentería. 6 asaltos.
Pelea limpia, no cabezazos, no golpes en la espalda, no golpes abajo del cinturón. Vamos a hacer caso a las indicaciones. Choquen los guantes, suerte, gane el mejor. Cuídense.
The final instructions to Carlos Rangel and Brandon Cruz. Brandon Cruz is going to have on the red trunks with the gold belt. Carlos Rangel dressed in blue. This is going to be in the super featherweight division, 6 rounds. Brandon Cruz, who loves to fight from a distance using that reach advantage and working behind that jab. Carlos Rangel, the southpaw, is going to try to get inside on Brandon Cruz, and we'll see if he's effective doing that. The Big Punch Arena here in Tijuana, Baja California. Okay, so break it down for me, Christopher. What do you do against the southpaw?
Well, you want to have your lead foot on the outside of the right foot of Carlos Rangel. And as of right now, Brandon Cruz doing a good job of it, stepping off to the left.
And the reason you want to do that is to set that straight right.
Yeah, that's another thing I was going to mention is that's the punch you want to throw. Sometimes you think you can't jab a southpaw, but you can. But more effective is going to be that straight right to the head and to the body.
But is it also an awkward position on the part of Cruz to not see that shot coming from the left?
You mean the left hook or?
Yeah, the left, especially, the way, watch the way Rangel uses that right hand. He jabs with that and then comes with that left. So real important for Cruz to hold that right hand up.
Okay, absolutely, yeah. I see what you mean now, and you're right. So the same advantages that Cruz has, Rangel has them more because he's used to seeing nothing but right-handed fighters.
And now we got a good exchange coming up right here, right now. Brandon Cruz in red, Carlos Rangel in the blue trunks. And you can tell Rangel very, very comfortable once he gets inside. Puts his head on the chest of Brandon Cruz and then throws his shots.
And like he mentioned in the fighter meeting, that's what he wants to do. He wants to close the distance and fight mid-range with Brandon Cruz.
Rangel coming in with that left hand. 2-1 the record at Rangel. And you see Cruz, he's not really snapping those shots. It's kind of like lunging with it.
I think he's still feeling out Rangel in this round. Once he gets more comfortable, warmed up, he will sit down more on the shots.
Rangel getting the best of this exchange. Cruz is in a fight.
And Rangel landed a good right hand to the body in that exchange.
Good counter shot right there to Rangel. And now going down. Rangel does a good job of managing that space. You don't see him lunge, you know that?
Yeah,
he throws a shot, he's ready to throw another one after. See right there.
He's well balanced. And like he said, he wants to fight mid-distance, and so far he's doing a good job of it.
And all of a sudden, Cruz now wants to fight, use that shoulder roll with the left. Final seconds of round number 1. Brandon Cruz, Carlos Rangel. And this was a very even round, so we'll see who Christopher Martin gives that first round to.
You know what, Benny? We normally don't have 10-10 rounds. You won't see too many judges score 10-10 rounds. But in this point, I really couldn't pick a winner. I mean, Brandon Cruz did good work, as did Carlos Rangel.
All right, we're going to get a little replay here. See if you change your mind after seeing this replay. There you see Rangel getting the best of it in that exchange. See that?
Yeah, landing combinations, but here comes Brandon Cruz landing 2 hard shots and evading 2 hard shots from Rangel. So that's why it's a little bit difficult to pick a winner for me in this fight or in this round.
Christopher, I hate 10-10 rounds. I got to pick somebody. I'm going to give it to Carlos Rangel. And that's the beauty of it, folks. In boxing, it's objective.
There you go.
Christopher has one angle. I've got one angle. We got 3 judges. They're official. We're unofficial.
And you're right. I don't like 10-10 rounds. But like you said, this is unofficial. If I was a judge, then definitely, yeah, you have to pick a winner. You most likely have to. But in this case, unofficial, I'm going to go with the 10-10.
That's the beauty of boxing. It's great to disagree. Two people having the same vantage point, seeing the fight differently. Brandon Cruz, he's got on the red trunks. Carlos Rangel in blue. Rangel had a definitive plan for this fight. He was going to get inside, fight him from the mid-distance, get in that kill zone, and then find the punching angles from there. Brandon Cruz, on the other hand, wanted to use his reach advantage and fight from outside.
And Brandon Cruz landed a good jab, which I mentioned in the first round. You can jab a southpaw. Just have to have your hand slightly above his right hand.
Brandon Cruz making sure that that right hand stays up. Aware of the left hand of Carlos Rangel. Cruz acknowledging when Rangel hits him. Almost like, and look at Rangel, look at Rangel!
And there he goes with that mid-distance that he mentioned where he wants to be. And this is where Brandon Cruz could be effective as well, because he throws hard shots, but right now he's being a little bit too defensive.
Rangel getting the best of these exchanges. You saw repeatedly Brandon Cruz's head snapping. But here comes Brandon Cruz. The ebbs and flow of boxing.
Yeah, he knows he got hit, and he wants to come forward and make his own point. That's a sign. That's a sign of a good fighter right there. You hit me, I'm gonna hit you back.
Carlos Rangel appears to be a very fit fighter, and he appears to have a granite chin. See, he never even takes a step back. I mean, you heard some leather popping there.
He took a step back there. That was a good shot to the body by Brandon Cruz, and he knows it, so he went back with that same shot. I think he's doing it again. There he goes.
On the part of Rangel, he's making a big mistake here, not throwing. If you get in that kill zone, you got to throw it. Now, all of a sudden, Rangel. Oh, we got a fight here, folks.
We definitely do have a fight. Good uppercuts by Rangel.
A great test here for Brandon Cruz. He came in undefeated. And let's see if he leaves this ring undefeated. It is scheduled for 6 rounds. Super featherweight division. Rangel doing a good job of fending off those punches by Brandon Cruz, but he's got to start throwing some here. Yeah, this is another very tight round to call.
Yeah, on the other one, I think very close. I would say Brandon Cruz landing the hardest shots in this round, and not that much activity from Carlos Rangel.
And that's why, folks, if I give you a suggestion, break the rounds in 1 minute, 2 minute, and 3 minute as you score the fight.
Good advice.
And you see all of a sudden there, Brandon Cruz acknowledging to Carlos Rangel, good punch. Final seconds of round number 2. It is a very hard round to score.
You're right, Benny.
Cruz and Rangel. And which way do you go on this one?
Well, you said it is another hard round to score, but I think Brandon Cruz did a little bit more damage on Carlos Rangel than vice versa.
So that one's going to be. So the way I have it scored an even fight, because the first round I gave to Carlos Rangel. Let's take a look at some of the action in round number 2. This is Rangel, and then all of a sudden here comes Brandon Cruz.
With those beautiful body shots.
You know, that would be great on the part of Brandon Cruz if he learns how to fight crouch down, because he's a tall kid, he's got that reach advantage, and he can have a tendency to be too upright.
Yeah, as he's doing right now, as we're seeing this replay, he's a little bit too upright and acknowledging the work of Rangel. But like you said, go ahead and spread your feet a little bit, get a bigger base, and put some leverage on those shots.
So we are ready for round number 3 of a scheduled 6-rounder in the super featherweight division. Your principals in the ring, Brandon Cruz in the red trunks, taking on Carlos Rangel in the blue. Rangel wants to fight inside. Brandon Cruz, on the other hand, has had success fighting from the outside, using the jab, and then attacking the body from there. See, now he's getting to be pretty accurate with that jab, Cruz.
Yeah, he touched his face a couple of times on that head, so that's what he needs to do. Like I mentioned earlier, most people think you can't jab a southpaw. You can, and just work behind it. Put that right hand behind it. Put that left hook after that. Land combinations. Set it up with that jab.
Now this is what Rangel has to do. Throw. Get to that kill zone and throw. Don't get there and then freeze.
Well, I think Brandon Cruz is making him freeze, because every time this round, Rangel has gone in that mid-distance where he likes to be. Brandon Cruz has landed beautiful body shots. That'll definitely deter any movement or punches you're thinking about.
You know, and that's where it can be so deceptive in Mexico when you fight a fight. Look at Carlos Rangel, 2-1. You may think nothing big. I mean, Cruz is 5-0, and then you get in the ring and you find out this kid can fight.
Yeah, I'm sure he has great sparring in the gym. He seems as though he has good fundamentals, boxing fundamentals. So right now, this is what we want to see. We want to see Brandon Cruz, an up-and-comer, in a tough fight.
And look at this exchange. Leather launching at its best. These guys are letting it go.
And good head movement by Brandon Cruz.
He got some blood coming from Cruz's. I'm trying to see if it is the nose.
I believe it's his right nostril.
And of course, that could be a problem for a fighter for breathing. May have to breathe through his mouth. And again, relaxation and energy comes through the nostrils. And you see Brandon Cruz using that shoulder roll.
He hurt him to the body.
And you see the delayed response. Look how tough Rangel is. He's staying there and taking those shots.
This is what he sees every day in the gym, Benny. These guys come to fight. This is what we practice here in Tijuana, Mexico. Head to head, you throw, I throw, you throw, I throw.
And this is why we call it best in boxing, folks, because this is the kind of matches you're gonna get. Carlos Rangel showing how tough he is. And now coming back after taking some shots. Now he wants to unload. Cruz nodding his head that it's not reaching him.
And Brandon Cruz needs to do what put him ahead in this round, is that throwing that right hand to the body.
And they're urging on Carlos Rangel, the young man from Ensenada, Baja California.
Yeah, we have to remember here, Benny, Brandon Cruz is from San Diego and Carlos Rangel from Ensenada, like you mentioned. You know, he's got his hometown crowd here. So that might also sway the judges if this goes to a decision.
I'm going to go with Brandon Cruz in round number 3. Let's take a look at some of the action in round number 3 of a scheduled 6-rounder. And there you get Brandon Cruz, and then you see Carlos Rangel, when it looked like he was hurt, coming right back.
Coming right back, yeah. And this is a good fight, but that right hand to the body, I think, is what hurt Carlos Rangel, and Brandon Cruz was able to land his shots after that. Much heavier shots after he hurt him to the body. But there you go with the toughness again of Rangel.
There is no quit in Carlos Rangel. Brandon Cruz getting the instructions. A young man fully committed to boxing. He wants to make this his future. He is in the super featherweight division. Great build for a super featherweight because he's tall.
Yeah, he's a tall guy. And from what we've seen in his past fights here in Borizteca Boxing, he hits hard.
We're ready for round number 4 of the scheduled 6-rounder super featherweight division. Your principals in the ring, they are Brandon Cruz in red, Carlos Rangel from Ensenada in blue. And Brandon Cruz had brought a pretty large contingent here because we're here in the Brandon.
Yeah, the crowd is battling Rangel versus Cruz's fans.
And this has been the pattern for the fight. Cruz comes out and starts out very, very well. Carlos Rangel lets him punch in the first minute, and then he starts taking over.
Yeah, Carlos Rangel doesn't seem to have the same energy, though, as he did the first 3 rounds.
Good right hand right there by Rangel.
I believe the body shots that Cruz landed in the 3rd round had a little bit of an effect.
The blood no longer coming out of the nostril of Brandon Cruz.
Corner doing a good job of stopping it.
Now coming in with those uppercuts is Brandon Cruz. Carlos Rangel, I mean, you look at his ability to take shots. You almost wonder if an 18-wheeler ran him over, 6 tires would go flat. And good counterpunch right there by Rangel. Cruz coming back. Cruz now showing you what he can do.
If Cruz wants to make this an easy night for himself, he needs to keep going back down to the body. Have that success he had in the 3rd round, go back to the body.
And good angles on the punches of Brandon Cruz.
And the toughness of Rangel, he just keeps coming back after taking vicious shots from Brandon Cruz.
That right hand by Cruz snapping the head of Carlos Rangel.
Oh, beautiful body shot right in the middle.
You've been asking for it.
There it is.
Christopher Martin, you asked for the body shot, and Brandon Cruz delivered it.
It was a beautiful shot right down the middle in the solar plex.
Tremendous leverage on that body shot.
That's what that was. It was just very good fundamentals by Brandon Cruz. He had his feet planted, like you mentioned earlier, that he needed to do. He did it there, and he was able to get that leverage with that right uppercut to the body.
Let's get this replay. Great job by our camera people. Watch this.
And it's a simple tap and then go. Tap and go.
And there it is. Watch the delayed response.
It's that one right there, as he was throwing. As Rangel was throwing, Brandon Cruz was coming in under it.
Brandon Cruz relentless in his commitment to attack the body of Carlos Rangel, and that's what ended up stopping the fight tonight. Going down below and chopping that body until finally Carlos Rangel could take no more. But what a tough guy. Tough guy, putting on a great show. But at the end of the day, Brandon Cruz was able to summon what he needed to stop the night.
Yeah, definitely a tough guy because he was taking everything.
Let's go to Pablo Flores for the official introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout comes to an end officially at 1 minute and 58 seconds in round number 4. Este combate termina con un tiempo de 1 minuto 58 segundos en el cuarto asalto. Declaring your winner by the way of TKO victory. Su ganado por la vía del knockout técnico. Skyline, California, USA.
And there you have the official time.
Too Smooth Cruz.
Pablo Flores announcing the official time, 1 minute 58 seconds of round number 4.
Y también fuerte
Your
reconocimiento
winner,
para su rival, para
Brandon
Carlos
Cruz,
Rangel.
over a very tough Carlos Rangel from Ensenada, Baja California. And that was a great workout for Brandon Cruz. He came in to go ahead and get some time in the ring. And boy, he ran into a very tough customer, Carlos Rangel, who really brought it to him and got that fight, got that win. Brandon Cruz.
And that's what we want to see, Benny, from prospects, making them work for their wins.
Here's a little body work here by Brandon Cruz. This is not body work, this is body destruction.
So that's one tap. He noticed that he didn't connect too hard, so he brought it up a little bit and connected even harder by putting more leverage in there.
That is a solar plexus shot, folks. And you can go down the list in the history of boxing. Some of the people that have had to endure that solar plexus shot. I go to one particular fight. Remember when De La Hoya fought Bernard Hopkins?
That was a left hook to the liver. So you could do as many sit-ups as you want. You're not gonna you're not gonna evade not going down from a body shot if it's to the liver or if it's to the solar plexus.
And then I remember Jose Luis Castillo when he took on Ricky Hatton. Ricky Hatton landed a left shot to the liver that he was granted Mexican citizenship right after that shot.
I like that.
If you can hook to the body, they'll give you Mexican citizenship, even for a guy from England. So again, Brandon Cruz now runs his record as 6-0. And again, folks, write that name down. Brandon Cruz from Chula Vista, California. You're going to see him again and again here in Best in Boxing, Fight Hub TV, Global Sports Streaming. And a great workout for Brandon Cruz, a chance for him to go ahead and sharpen up his skills. And, you know, Christopher, he had to dig deep to try to find the way because, you know, he came out, was jabbing, moving around, and then all of a sudden, Carlos Rangel started showing his